I'm not well. Hey everyone, it's Fox from Model Making Guru here. If you can tell by the voice, everything hurts. It's not. Everything's not good today. Yes, no, it's all completely self-inflicted. I do have to apologise. It's totally self-inflicted. My very good friend Mike from New Zealand turned up last week, if you remember, just before the show went live, and he's staying here for a couple of weeks. So we went out for frosty beverages last night. A group of us. Yeah, there was. The big cup of happiness this week is coffee, because it's all the coffee. There's like 3 coffees in here, 6 sugars, and a whole mess of maple syrup, and it's just It's my second one today, and I need it. But of course, because we were out in like loud pubs and things, I was shouting all night, so my voice is gone. So I'm a bit broken. I'll see how long I can make this work. I might not get anything done, but hey, welcome everybody to Warhammer Sundays. If you've not seen one of these before, I'm not usually the living dead, but there you go. If you've not seen one of these before, on a weekend usually I work on my Warhammer army, the unending forces. Actually, I can do a proper deep voice now. The unending forces of the holy contrivance. I can do a proper deep voice. I usually work on my Warhammer army, which is a Principality of Xeon themed army, hence all the Xeon symbology in the titles. But for the last few weeks, I've actually stopped doing that for now, because all my Warhammer Conquest stuff is piling up. And what I'm doing is slowly, over the course of all the Warhammer Sundays, working my way through my Warhammer Conquest backlog, not to get them painted, because that's a whole video series I'm doing, but just to get them built and ready. And so last week, we built Lord Felthius. Yes, we built him, and didn't do much work last week. But we built Lord Felthius, and I've still got the Tainted Cohort. And I've got a rather funky filing system. I'm going through all the magazines that I'm receiving, and I'm slowly taking out all the build and paint bits and putting them into... I've got treasury tags and everything. I stole these from the civil service in 1994. I've got thousands of them. So I'm filing the magazines away. I'm putting all the sprues in a box, and I'm getting all the relevant buildy parts into a big thing so I can work my way through slowly. It's just because I'm running out of space in all the rooms, and I need to get all my bits and bobs and kits built up, and with these things piling up every week, I'm not going to be able to work on them for a month yet, so I may as well start flattening them down into piles of spruce. So that's what we're working on. I'm working on my Warhammer Conquest, and today we're going to be carrying on building Lord Felthius and the Tainted Cohort. I'll be working on the Tainted Cohort today, but before we do anything, let me say hello to everybody, and we'll have a quick look at who is in and what's in chat. Don't forget, of course, if you're watching this and you can't see the live... Oh, Guthorn, you couldn't see him, could you? Don't forget, if you're watching this and you want to join in the live chat, I do recommend it, because live chat's brilliant. We'll be doing some sticky giveaways later on. But if you can see the chat here. But obviously, if you want to join in the live chat, just make sure to click on the YouTube icon that's down in the bottom right here somewhere. And that will take you to the YouTube page where you can see the stream, and you can watch the stream and see the chat. If you're on a mobile device, it may be underneath the stream, so scroll down. Or it may be you have to set it to desktop version to watch the chat. But go and have a look. If you can join in, we'll be doing sticky giveaways and stuff later on. As always, if you want to ask me something, pop it in the chat. Put it in big fat capital letters so I have a chance to see it. And even today, when my eyesight's about that far, I can see from like there to there. I can't really, I might not do much today. Make sure you do put it in all caps so I have a chance to see it. I'll miss a lot. If you want to, you can do a super chat, which is the little dollar symbol at the bottom of the chat window. That puts your comment in a big coloured box and also makes a little noise animation so I see it. But if you really want to, you can, of course, if you can't get into chat, you can, of course, send me an email to fox@modelmakingguru.com. My address is always here. I might not get it, I might do. It depends if I hear my email alert. But it's always worth a try. Excuse me. And don't forget, of course, as always, Stream Boss Battle. Kevin, or Simon Reynolds, as we like to know, our Lord and Saviour Kevin, is the current Stream Boss, not me. It says me because I pressed all the wrong buttons. So it says me, but it's not. It's Kevin is our current stream boss. Remember, we're doing this every time we do a live stream. Whoever is the stream boss, you can get their health down by doing super chats. So you can click the super chat button and do your comment. You can put a tip through the tip jar, which is streamlabs.com youtube.com/model making guru. Or you can, if you're not already, you can always subscribe to this channel, like and subscribe and hit the bell. That takes a bit of his health off. All three of those things take health off Simon. That's his health bar there. He's lost a bit so far. And the more you put through as a super chat or the more you put through as a tip, the more health comes off. Whoever gets him down to 0, all the money raised through the super chats and the tips, that becomes your budget, and you can then go and pick whatever you want from Games Workshop or Forge World websites. You can pick out whatever you fancy, and I will pay for them and have them shipped to you. I'll use all that money from the tips and super chats to buy all that stuff. And as an idea, when Simon became the stream boss, when Kevin became our Lord and Saviour, he had 499 quid to play with. So you're looking at between 200 to 500 quid worth of stuff if you become stream boss. So get your super chats and tips and all kinds of things coming through. Oh, this is hard work this today. Let's have a quick look at the chat and see who is in. Now, I do know for a fact that Pascal was the first in because he was in chat before I'd even set the stream up. So hey, Pascal. But I don't see that far back, unfortunately. So I'll probably miss some people who are out at the start. I've got Foobits is the first comment I've got. Chris at Gross Models is in. Welcome, Chris. Pascal is there as well. Welcome, Pascal. Nim is in. She's just woken up. Yeah, she says, I'm awake. Good morning, everyone. Shambles off to brew coffee. Shamble is a great word. That's what you do in the morning. And this morning, for me specifically, doubly so. There was a lot of shambling this morning. Christopher C is in. Ghost Lyle says, pineapple, 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 pineapple. Succinct and to the point. I like that. He doesn't mince his words. He doesn't fluff around with poncy language. Just get straight to the point. I like that. Muha is in. Welcome, Muha. We have Gaz Vickers. Gaz Vickers put a little super chat through there. You can see it on the chat. That's what your super chat looks like. That's how I can see your super chats, because I get a big fat coloured box that I can't miss. So Gaz Vickers very kindly put 2 quid through on super chat. He says, a wibble, a wobble. And again, straight to the point. Good words. I like that. So thank you very much for that, Gaz. It's really, really appreciated. You're contributing towards the big fat budget for this prize pool. Chrono Man is in. Anyone else feel the need to start line dancing? That was clearly when the music was on. We have Aviad Madar. Ooh, welcome back, Aviad. He's not been in for a while. He says he's been on a pilgrimage to devolve my ultimate technique before challenging Sai to Mortal Kombat, where the one true stream boss will arise. If you don't know, if you're new to this, Simon Reynolds, or Kevin, is the current stream boss. But before Simon was the stream boss, he knocked Aviad Madar out from being stream boss. And Aviad was the first stream boss after, because I was the first one. Aviad knocked me out and won like 300 quid worth of stuff, and then Aviad was the stream boss for a while, and then Kevin took over. So who knows? Aviad might come back. You never know. I can't remember what it was like being ruled over by Aviad. Was it a good, or was it a dictatorship or a tyranny? I don't know. I can't remember. Was he a good emperor? Let's have a look who else we've got. So welcome back, Aviad. You've not been in for a while. Not seen him for a while. Let's have a look. We have Spiddy Curator's in. The first thing he says is broadsword. Yes, welcome, broadsword. Look at the muscularity. I really must stop doing that. It's not fair to Bardic Broadcasts to keep using this material. Do go and subscribe my Bardic Broadcasts. It's a fantastic channel. If you ever, and you'll never watch this, but if you ever should, I do apologise. It's a work of genius, that video. Let's have a look. Nim Cinder is saying she's got a stack of business cards and things like that. She's getting set up. She's got a load of stickers to send to me. Yes, I accept stickers happily. Send me all the stickers. I'll happily give them away. We have a new sticker to give away today as well. What else do we do? All your base, I belong to Fox, says Foobits, to which I reply, make your time. I get it. Who else have we got in? Let's have a Noble Suit 28. It's Warhammer. I have to deal with it. I'm guessing Noble Suit 28. I'm guessing that's a Gundam reference. Welcome anyway. It's not Gunpla, but you'll probably have fun. It's just the same normal nonsense, just with me making different things. When I say making, I'll probably make like one thing today, so don't expect too much building. Let's have a look. Scott Sutherland is in from Orkney. Gutham says hello, Scott. Hey, Scott. Aviad Madar says, question to the crown, Machine and Krieger kits, yay or nay? Never built one, but I will at some point. Absolutely yay. Go for it. I love the look of them. I'm saying that I demand no. I'm saying in chat, I'm explaining that it's all self-inflicted, the troubles I'm going through right now, and I deserve no sympathy, which means give me all the sympathy. When I say I don't want any sympathy, it means I want all of it. I need. It's like it's like reverse psychology. Don't give me any sympathy at all. Where's your sympathy? Come on, give it to me. Earl D is in. Hello, slow day at work. Done most of my job, so can watch. Welcome, Earl D. So, Fox, will you be communicating in grunts and sign language? I'm not far off. Beck Storm is in, says still have work to do. YouTube's busted, but I noticed the stream was live. Welcome, Beck, if you can hang around. I guess you've got stuff to do, but if however long you can stay in, welcome. David Sanderson is in. Welcome, David. He says actually got another Sunday off work. Hee. Nice one. Jamie Bone is in. Welcome, Jamie. I thought you were playing cricket. Let's have a look. I'm guessing either you've played cricket or is it perhaps raining and been called off? Well, you get to come and hang out with us, so that's awesome. Beyond Hope says, I hope Fox realises stream started 35 seconds early. Oh, if I was Japanese, I'd be fired for that. Welcome, Beyond Hope. What else is going on? Oh, Dad's in. Welcome, Dad. This thing just jumped. Dad and Colin at Festa 67's workshop are both your 2 mods for and Chris at Gross Models are both your 3 mods for the moment. They're all really lovely people. Dad is absolutely lovely. He loves everybody, but if you mess with him, he'll break your spine with his little finger. So be nice to Dad. He will seriously break your entire spine in half with just a look. But other than that, he's a really, really lovely bloke. And Drinking Germ has taken another one. Yes, there was and drinking. There was and drink. I came home last night and a good time was had. But I mean, it's not often your friend comes over from New Zealand, so you have to go out. And it's not bad because I didn't get that drunk. I'll be really honest. Let's go through it. I didn't get that wobbly. I had many beers, but for some reason I didn't get particularly broken. I just woke up feeling particularly broken. The voice is gone, and I'm like, But all I had for food, all I had yesterday. Since I woke up yesterday, I woke up and about lunchtime I had a whole mess of toast, and then I didn't really feel hungry, so then I went out to the pub at like 6 p.m, about 7 p.m, and I had a few packets of crisps. But despite the fact I had just some toast and just some packets of crisps while I was at the pub, I didn't get particularly wobbly. My friend Mike, bless him, was utterly broken, and my other friend Lucy, she was completely, just absolutely broken. While we were there, a good time was had by all. And for some reason I came home, I don't know why, but I came home with like a clear plastic cagoule. It was HM label on the inside. It's obviously for ladies, not for men. I came home with this clear plastic like poncho cagoule thing that looks totally stupid. I don't know why somebody would buy it, because as soon as you put it on you think this looks just dumb. It's like slightly frosted clear plastic and you look stupid, and I never understood the idea. You have to put it on over your head. It's like a tube hoodie, but it's a waterproof plastic cagoule. So you've got to put it on over your head, and that is a chore anyway, because I tried it on, obviously. You put it on, it's like, well, there was a chore to get on. But then if you come home and you're soaking wet through and you try and take it off, you've got to take it off over your head, so you're just going to soak yourself. Well, absolutely pointless nonsense. I don't know how I got it. I came down this morning, I'm like, I don't know where that came from. Okay. Let's have a look. Yep, Colin's in as well. Colin's from Festa 67. He just uploaded a video on his channel making a Tamir drill. Go and watch it. Not right now, obviously. When you finish watching this, go and watch it. It's pretty good. Let's have a look. Do. Something strange happening. I'm starting, says Earl D. To get into the Antwood. I don't know. Oh, he's starting to get into the Antwood. Okay. That's a music thing, isn't it? I don't know what that means. Interzone 88 is in. G'day. G'day, bro. What else is going on? Mickle Pickle's in. Welcome, Mickle Pickle. And Candygram from Mongo pops in. Hello, both of you. George is in. Welcome, George. Earl D is getting some contrast paints on Wednesday. Awesome. I haven't had a chance to get any. I'm not going to get any for a while because I don't need any yet, but I know a few of you have been picking up the paints and trying them out. Just so you know, we did start not a pinned post. There is an announcement in the Model Makers Boom Hub. If you don't know what that is, if one of the mods could post the link in for me. We did put an announcement post at the top of the page. And what we're doing is basically, if you've been trying out the contrast paints and you've got some advice, or you want to write up about your experience with them, because it's all new and we're all trying to figure them out. Rather than put a separate post in the Boom Hub, which will disappear off the newsfeed in 5 minutes and everybody will sort of forget it's there, post in that announcement post at the top of the page instead. because it hopefully then just be one single post where everybody can come in and look at what other people have done. So if you want, people are saying, here's how I found the best to use it, here's some tests I did, that kind of stuff. If you want to like put information in that's telling people how you've used it and how it worked, stick it in that post, because it's a single resource, then it's one place, everybody can go and find it. The post, and they can see what everybody's experiences are. It's just a handy little resource instead of having separate posts everywhere, especially if, when people are saying, hey, I've got these paints, how do I use them? If there's one post they can look at that tells them everything you want to know, then so do that. Make sure if you're doing any like, here's what I have, here's what I've found, go and stick it in that post. The cricket was cancelled due to the weather. Sorry to hear that, Jamie. I did wonder, because I had to go to the shop and it was like sunny, all the rain in the world. I'm like, oh. Let's have a look. Earl D says, yay, machine and cricket kits are beautiful. They need to be grubby. It was a bit too moist on the pitch, says Jamie Bone. I can't do close up to the microphone and say moist in my deep voice, broken voice, because I can't get to the microphone. Earl D wants to try them on the Silver Gundam details, the contrast paints. Yeah, give it a go. The painting minis is harder than Fox makes it look, says George. Painting them well is harder than I make it look. Painting them half-arsed is very easy if you paint it like me, because that's what I do. I never said I was a pro painter. I just go paint, and they kind of come out. No, it's I try and dispel the complexity of things, but to get really good results is really quite complicated and hard. To get the kind of results I get is not hard, because I don't do a complex professional job. Jamie Bone says the best contrast paint to use for the ultramarine plasma rifle is Ethermatic Blue. Yes, I had a little try of that on one of the minis when they did the test of the paints in the store Saturday before last. And yeah, Ethermatic Blue. I used that on some. Where is it now? You won't see it. You won't see it on the eyes, but if I zoom, I'll see if I can zoom in. Hang on. Do. You won't see it because the camera zoomed in and it's terrible, but I painted the eyes on this guy to give a sort of blue glow effect. So what I did was I painted the whole thing with the contrast paints, and then I touched a small dot of the Wraithbone, no, not the Wraithbone, the other one, the Grey Seer, on the actual eyeballs, let it dry for a minute, and then I just did a touch of Ethermatic Blue, not delicately, but so it covered the whole eyeball and just outside the eye socket, and it gave that kind of glow effect. You can't really see it on there because of the camera, but yeah, those contrast paints, they look like they're going to be good fun for doing glowing effects and things like that. There's a lot of people giving different opinions. I think they're going to be, their intended target is people who are new, people who've got no experience, they don't know how to paint, and just people that need to get stuff painted quick and get it on the table because they've got a whole shelf of grey plastic and they hate it, but they're not really in the mood to paint it all. Doesn't mean that we as people that sort of know what we're doing can't use them. Absolutely we can. There's lots of uses we can find for them. They're just more tools in our toolbox. So yeah. Skullfish. Afternoon, plastic people. Go in. New tool in the armoury, says LD. Absolutely, that's the thing. Yes, it might be that, because I've seen people really getting quite angry about them. Oh, we don't need this. Oh, it's rubbish. Blah blah blah. And I'm like, you know what? If you don't have if somebody can't think of a use for them, then that doesn't mean they're bad. It just means they haven't got a use for them. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. There's lots of things I've got no use for. Doesn't mean I think they're bad. It just means I've got no use for them. And quite a lot of times, if you see someone who says, "I see no reason to get these paints," says, "No, they're completely useless," blah 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 blah. I think for some of these people, it's not a lack of actual usefulness of the product. I think it's a lack of imagination and creativity on the part of that person. If they can't look at them and see some potential use case, like me, I'm thinking I can use them for glowy effects. When I come to paint my Poxwalkers for the Warhammer Conquest, I'm not going to paint them. I'm going to use the contrast paints because it's dead quick, and I've got 40 of them to paint, and I really can't be bothered spending 3 weeks painting the same 4 Poxwalkers. So just to get the base colours down, what I'm planning on doing is doing all the base colours as contrast paints, then going over with the more fine detail traditional painting methods for the details and the highlights and stuff. It's just a quick way to get that kind of rotten flesh look very, very quickly on 40 or 50 Poxwalkers. So I can see use cases for them. But the people that are sitting there going, no, can't think of why I would want to buy those. No use for them whatsoever. No. Then that's just a lack of imagination. Seriously. You don't need to buy the whole range. There's going to be one of them you can use. I found things like the Ethermatic Blue, and there's a green one as well, to actually be really nice alternatives to things like Ammo by Mig Crystal Blue and Crystal Green, the crystal clear colours. They're a bit more transparent than Citadel's gem colours, and if you're painting things like eye lenses or lights and target lights and finding equipment on vehicles, then they could actually be really handy. You just paint it a really bright white colour and touch it, load your brush and blop it on. You've got a nice clear colour, put a gloss coat on it. Brilliant, you've got a coloured lens. There's lots of ways you could use them. You just need to, if somebody's there and they're like, they're not for me, then that's fine. I don't mind. It's up to them. But I think there are a lot of people that are sort of shouting them down when they don't need to. If you don't like them, you don't need to, wee on everyone else's chips. If you don't need them, you don't need them. They may not be aimed at you. Let's have a look. Walter Wilmer says everything is made for. I'll say that again. Walter says, welcome, Walter. He says not everything is made for everyone in the world. Does not revolve around you. Lol. Exactly. That's the thing. There are lots of products I wouldn't use because I have no use for them. But I'm not going to denigrate them. Things like, for example, you can buy an airbrush that is designed for Gundam markers. You stick a Gundam marker in it,